G-Day finally cracked. He drove recklessly to the address of the old, burned building from the past. He found it beautifully restored a new cultural center. And standing on the steps, radiant in a structured black Gen Z ensemble, was Kosiso. Not a ghost, but a woman who had rebuilt herself from the ashes. "You didn't die, Kosi," he whispered, tears tracing lines through the sweat on his face. She only smiled, a cold, elegant expression. "The old Kosiso did. She died when you watched her burn. This one is different. Her revenge was not to take his life, but his legacy." Kosiso's reappearance was the catalyst. She didn't have to tell his soul the truth. Jide's guilt, driven by her haunting presence, did the work for her. His reputation crumbled under the weight of his fear, and Amara seized his biggest contract, watching him fall. Kosiso, the true architect, walked away whole. The exposé, now viral, was a feeding frenzy. Board members called emergency meetings. The stock plummeted. Jide, once the golden boy of Nigerian real estate, watched his empire dissolve into a haze of lawsuits and humiliating headlines. His phone, usually a lifeline, now buzzed with messages he didn't dare open. The silence of his penthouse was deafening. At a press conference meant to calm investors, Jide stammered, denying every charge. As he spoke, Amara, impeccably dressed and radiating confidence, took the microphone from his hand with a swift, subtle movement. "The board," she announced smoothly, "has voted to appoint an interim leader to manage the crisis, effective immediately." Jide stared at Amara, the interim leader. Her eyes, usually cold, held a flicker of something new victory, but also a distant, controlled respect. She looked straight past him, speaking only to the cameras. It was a perfectly executed, bloodless coup. He realized the story wasn't just Kosiso's revenge. It was also Amara's long game. He stumbled out of the building and into the humid Lagos air. The betrayal was a physical ache. Amara, Kosiso, they were both faces of the same crushing truth. He pulled out the old SIM card Kosiso had left him weeks ago, his hands shaking. He had to face her. Not for a fight, but for an explanation. He needed to know why.